What's going on, guys? FatefulEndingz here, and today, due to the events that happened last night at WWE Hell in a Cell 2019, I feel the need to do something that I have only had to do with one other promotion, and that is formerly TNA. But now, the shoe's on the other foot, WWE, because TNA is doing well, and, well, you're not. And it's not even from a money standpoint or from a fan base standpoint. It's just from an interest standpoint of your fans. Like, legitly, do you know how hard it is being a WWE fan right now? I mean, literally, let's run down what we have going on. We have the overused gimmick of somebody who wins King of the Ring now adds King to their name, aka King Corbin. And what did King of the Ring do for him? Nothing. He is still equally a goddamn joke. It has done nothing for him. At least with Sheamus, they eventually let him win titles. At least with William Regal, it led to him going into a more backstage role and being the GM of Raw. And at this point, Corbin is just a joke. I mean, last night, not to take anything away from Chad Gable, he beat Corbin. So if you're gonna have Chad Gable beat Baron Corbin and prove that he can beat Baron Corbin, why are you not going to put the crown on Gable? A lot of your fans felt that Gable was robbed. At the same time, we have, again, another overused story in WWE. I'm not even going to say in wrestling, in WWE. The adultery storyline. Because now we're expected to believe that Lana, who is married to Rusev in real life, is actually going to be in love with somebody like Bobby Lashley. Just spur of the moment, we're supposed to expect that she's all of a sudden into Bobby Lashley. And she's all of a sudden loving him and gonna kiss him and all this other crap that just makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, tonight's episode of Raw, I'm looking on Twitter and I literally have people saying they turned it on, saw that the opening segment was Lana basically screwing around with Lashley and turned the light off, and eventually turned it off. They didn't even wait till the actual matches started. WWE gave them some Jerry Springer bullshit and turned it off. They eventually lost all of their want to enjoy that show within the first 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. The first 10 minutes. And ladies, if you even think about it, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened last night at Hell in a Cell. We'll get into that, but it's legitly, we open up with Lacey Evans taking on Natalya in a last woman standing match that literally, as I was following along with it, was so good. It was a match that the women could put on, but at the same time, guess what? How many people at home saw it? I know, I didn't physically see it. I turned off Raw. Why did I turn off Raw? Because it started off like a fucking Jerry Springer episode. You know, kudos to Natalya for winning, but this is what the company that you work for, this is what they do. So now all the interest is pulled out of the show because they want to not care what the fans think. Just like last night at Hell in a Cell. You open up with an insane Hell in a Cell match. The man Becky Lynch taking on the boss Sasha Banks inside of that unforgiving steel structure for the Raw Women's Championship. And these women brawled it out, destroyed each other. Was basically the match of the damn night. And the rest of the show was garbage. With the exception of the Tornado Tag Team match between Debray and Roman Reigns going up against Harper and Rowan. That was actually, my second favorite match of the night. Everything else I could have done without. And what's really sad is your Universal title main event. You built this up, WWE. You built this up so far, WWE. You had such a good thing going for you, and you ruined it. And what was that good thing? The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. You gave him so much airtime for so many days, for so many weeks, months, all on Twitter. It was Bray Wyatt is the best thing going for Raw right now. Bray Wyatt is the best thing going for WWE. You know, The Fiend is so good. Firefly Funhouse so good. If WWE messes this up, I'm no longer watching. There's no way WWE can mess this up. It's too good. Well, WWE, you proved those people wrong. You messed it up. And how do you think you ruin somebody as big and as dominant as Bray Wyatt? How you demasculate The Fiend? Oh, that's easy. You literally have Seth Rollins snap and completely throw out the window of the weeks leading up to this, The Fiend basically intimidating and dominating Rollins. Oh no, Seth Rollins is gonna snap. He's just gonna throw everything in the kitchen sink at Wyatt to the point where there's a damn DQ in a Hell in a Cell match. Last time I checked WWE, Hell in a Cell, you were allowed to use weapons, meaning it's no DQ. So why was there a DQ in a Hell in a Cell match? Why was there a DQ in your main event Hell in a Cell match that caused so many of your fans to check out of the match? That was it. Everything was so good. We as a fan base, we had already gotten to the point where we realized this was the end of Rollins' reign. This is how you solidified a monster like The Fiend. You give him your biggest prize, but you didn't do it. Instead, you basically ruined him. You made Seth Rollins a guy that everybody is gonna hate now, not because it's apparently a quote-unquote heel turn. Oh no, people are gonna hate Seth now because Seth single-handedly destroyed The Fiend. The character and everything that Bray Wyatt had been making this character was destroyed in the matter of one night, in the matter of one match. And why? Because you did not do the obvious thing that the fans expected you to do based on how you were building up this storyline. And I know what people are gonna say. Oh, well, it's WWE. You can't expect that much. But why can we, as fans, not expect what should be happening? Why should we not be able to do that? And here's the thing. It's because you have crap like what happened last night. Openings to shows like what happened tonight. You have authority figures, most importantly, Shane McMahon getting involved day in and day out, putting themselves in the main event picture, giving themselves high-profile matches. I mean, honestly, we finally fixed SmackDown by getting Shane away from it, but Raw is basically in shambles now because the main story that you had going for it is crap. And maybe I'm giving SmackDown too much credit, because just because Shane is not around anymore does not mean I don't have my issues with SmackDown. Let's shift gears and talk about SmackDown. How about that? How about the fact that now we have Cain Velasquez here just randomly, even though there were rumors that he was training at the Performance Center last year? What about the fact that the main event between Kofi, who was the WWE champion at the time, and Brock led to Brock just squashing Kofi and making him look like shit? So that entire 6-month reign of building up somebody who had been here for 10 years, somebody who the fans are behind, you squash because Fox wants ratings. So you put it on Brock, and the title's probably never going to get defended, right? You don't have to answer that, WWE, because I know from watching all of Brock's other title reigns since he's come back, it's never going to get defended, ever. It'll get defended once every other pay-per-view, if that. Oh, but, you're going to have Cain Velasquez, the one person in MMA who basically made Brock look like the chicken shit that he is. You're going to have him here, and lo and behold, he's probably going to take the title from Brock. How does that make sense? Oh, that's right, it doesn't. If you're like me and you're a WWE fan, it doesn't make sense. WWE thinks we're idiots, that we don't care, but we do. More or less should. Hit them where it hurts. Oh, and the whole trend of using athletes, let's continue by having a boxing world champion in Tyson Fury basically go into a program with Strowman. Where have I seen that before? Oh yeah, Floyd Mayweather, WrestleMania 24, Big Show. Huh. So if this is gonna go the way that I think it is, are we gonna see Tyson Fury just knock the fuck out of Braun Strowman? I'd say I feel bad for Strowman, but honestly, he's been buried so much and has lost so much of his steam. I expect him, I expect this now. I really do. 'Cause when the titles that you've held are only the Raw Tag Team Championships twice, and one of them was with a kid, I really don't expect anything else from you. And apparently WWE doesn't expect anything else of you if they're putting you in a profile match with a damn athlete. Athletes don't belong in WWE unless you're actually willing to do something except just come in for one match and then leave. And both Cain Velasquez and Tyson Fury, I predict, are only going to be here for just these gimmick match attractions. Like, this is the current state of WWE that we are in. This is it. And the one good thing they had going for it in Bray Wyatt, we don't know where the hell that is. We don't know what's going to happen with that. And honestly, at this point, so many people are just losing faith in the wrestling product as a whole. There are so many people who don't know all of the other, what I would call actual good wrestling that there is. They don't watch, indie shows like PWG or ROH. They don't watch NJPW and see legit stiff wrestling matches that are appreciated and given time to go on. They don't watch AEW, and they don't watch NXT. We're not even going to say WWE NXT. We're going to say NXT. It's its own show. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you watch Raw, and you watch SmackDown, and then you watch NXT, you will see the difference. So, here is what I challenge you guys to do as wrestling fans. Keep being a fan. Keep watching Raw and SmackDown. But you know what you need to do? You don't agree with something? Voice your opinion. Turn it off. Go watch something else. Go on YouTube and look up how wrestling should be, how storylines should be. Watch NXT, watch AEW, watch good wrestling. Still be a WWE fan, but understand that WWE is at a point where they are legit just caring more about ratings and money than fan appeal. And as a wrestling fan, this is honestly just not good. It's not good at all. But ladies and gentlemen, my name is FatefulEndingz, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you.